Pro-European.
Over the last 3 years, there's been a lot of flag waving going on. People in Northern Ireland divide into two camps. The Loyalists love a Union Jack and like to fly it as often as possible. The Republicans love an Irish tricolour and like to fly that as often as possible. Neither side would sit under the other flag. There is only one flag that the two communities in Ireland can sign up to, and it's that one. We need peaceful protest to stop an outbreak of war and going back to the horrible bad old days when I got searched going every time I went into a shop as a child growing up in Belfast. Thank you very much.
Pro-European. For more clarity in the legal system.
I say Johnson, you say? No. No, thank you. I say Johnson, you say? No. Johnson. No. Johnson. No. Johnson. Johnson. No. No. I say democracy, you say? Yes. Democracy. Got it? Okay, you ready? Yeah. Johnson. Johnson. Shame on you. We don't want your Brexit coup. Johnson. Johnson. Shame on you. We don't want your Brexit coup. Johnson. Johnson. Shame on you. We don't want your Brexit coup. Right, another one.
Next airport, mate. I was in the airport to talk about this. Oh, well done, you.
Con. Brexit's rubbish and we want it gone. Okay, got it? Brexit's a lie.
Brexit's a con.
Is that a military badge?
Yeah, Royal Signal.
All right, cool. How long were you?
Not long enough. A couple of years. 1970, 69, 77.
Don't you sound a bit polite? Aren't you quite cross? Aren't you quite cross at what's happening? Very cross. Well, let's hear it then. Come on. Some proper anger. Brexit's a lie. Brexit's a con. Brexit's rubbish and we want it gone. Brexit's a lie. Brexit's a con. Brexit's rubbish and we want it gone. Johnson, Johnson, shame on you. We don't want your Brexit coup. Johnson, Johnson, shame on you. We don't want your Brexit coup. And now I'm going to ask you, I'm going to say, I say Johnson and you're going to say no, right? I say Johnson, you say? No. Johnson. No. Johnson. No. Johnson, Johnson. No. I say democracy, you say yes. Democracy, yes. Democracy, yes. Democracy, democracy. Yes, yes, yes. I say Johnson, you say no. Johnson. No. Johnson. No. Democracy, yes! Democracy, yes! Democracy, democracy, yes, yes, yes! Right! No! Viva Europa! Viva l'Italia! Viva, yeah! Right! Viva peaceful debate! When do you want it? Now. What do you want? Democracy. And when do you want it? Now. What do you want? Democracy. And when do you want it? Now. What do you want? Democracy. When do you want it? Now. Right, the other one is, you shut down our parliament and shut down your streets, okay? You shut down our parliament, we'll shut down your streets. You shut down our parliament, we'll shut down your streets. You shut down our parliament, we'll shut down your streets. You shut down our parliament. So what do we say? Brexit is a lie. Brexit is a con. Brexit's rubbish and we want it gone. Brexit is a lie. Brexit is a con. Brexit's rubbish and we want it gone. But as we wait for Luke, we can just, there's a nice little song we've got that we sing up at the Sodom rallies, and it's called The Lies on the Bus bus go round and round. Very easy. Everybody knows it. The lies on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The lies on the bus go round and round all day long. The lies on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The lies on the bus go round and round all day long. A bus driven by the known liar, Mr. Johnson. Right, are we there? Fantastic.
Right, we haven't got Luke at the moment, but thank you all very much for coming. A big hand to everyone who's here. Hooray! Right, we're going to kick off with our first speaker, Simon Parr. And you'll have to excuse me because he's sort of the words to describe him are really big. He's a consultant paediatrician at RDE and he specialises in children's cancers. He's from Belfast and trained in Edinburgh before he finally landed in Devon 11 years ago. He's been involved in NHS management and international child health project and has worked as an aid worker in Uganda. Now a really big round of applause for Simon. Simon.
Hello everybody, thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk. So, the first thing you'll notice is that I'm not from around these parts. So I've lived in Devon for 11 years, but I was born in Belfast. I was born in Belfast in 1970, 6 months after the outbreak of a conflict which led to 3,500 people and more being killed, tens of thousands of people being mutilated, and hundreds of thousands of people emigrating from Northern Ireland never to return. And that is what Brexit is going to lead to starting again. And it didn't stay in Northern Ireland. The violence spilled across the Irish Sea. There were bombs in Birmingham, in London, in Manchester. And this government, which claims to be tough on terrorism, is inviting terrorists back into its back garden. And this is what will happen if we don't reject Brexit. The conflict in Northern Ireland came to an end with the signing of the Good Friday, or the Belfast Agreement in 1997. That agreement mandates an open border. It mandates cross-border organisations. It is as sensible to have a hard border between County Derry and County Donegal as it is to put a hard border up the Tamar. People go about their daily business with people across both sides of the border. Public utilities such as gas supply is a one-island arrangement. Children in Belfast who need heart surgery go to Dublin to have that. We're going to be in the situation where the captain of the Ireland rugby team is going to need a passport to play a home international. It must be stopped. If the border comes back into place, it will cause economic chaos, it will lose the trust of the communities, and it will lead to violence. It will lead to the breakdown in the Good Friday Agreement. Barnier has already said that a hard border being imposed in Ireland will nullify the Good Friday Agreement. And let's not forget who underwrites the Good Friday Agreement. It's underwritten by the United States government. Nancy Pelosi has said, she's Speaker of the House of Representatives, has said that there cannot be a UK-US trade agreement if the Good Friday Agreement is not honoured, because that would be a breach of an international treaty that the UK and Ireland have signed with the United States. So this dream of some new trade arrangement across the Atlantic simply isn't realistic. And the reason it's realistic, amongst many other things, is the fact that it's a breach of trust of an arrangement in Ireland. Over the last 3 years, there's been a lot of flag waving going on. People in Northern Ireland divide into two camps. The Loyalists love a Union Jack and like to fly it as often as possible. The Republicans love an Irish tricolour and like to fly that as often as possible. Neither side would sit under the other flag. There is only one flag that the two communities in Ireland can sign up to, and it's that one. We need peaceful protest, to stop an outbreak of war and going back to the horrible, bad old days when I got searched going to every time I went into a shop as a child growing up in Belfast. Thank you very much.
Pro-European.